The reason Rio was taken aback was quite simple. Aaron had been absent in that previous gatherings, even when they held parties. Ma said, "You're finally here, Ms. Aaron. I'm sorry I had to go to a funeral for a fellow actor, so I ended up being late. Please, don't worry about it, we understand. More importantly, this is the major shareholder of our company who I told you about before." Aaron greeted. She suddenly looked at the person's face and was surprised. "Didn't you come around before giving out rice cakes after moving it?" "Yes, that's right. So I was neighbours with the major shareholder, that's great." Aaron smiled, her eyes crinkling, but inside she couldn't help but feel a sense of doubt. "He looks younger than me, yet he is a major shareholder. Is the president perhaps playing a joke on me?" Up until this moment, one's mouth was wide open, then he snapped out. "That person right there, that's Aaron, right?" Then Rio said in himself, "One doesn't know about Ma and Aaron relationship. It must be surprised at suddenly seeing her here. More importantly, maybe this is the natural reaction should give to someone of her appearance. I guess I should look interested as well." Rather than admiring, Rio decided to simply steal a glance at her, as if showing interest in her lovely appearance. Noticing every detail, Ma smirked and twisted his lips and said silently, "He's young-ended, so even the prophet is a man. It was good to call Aaron here." Feeling a sense of accomplishment, Ma turned to address the four individuals. "Right, then you must be hungry. Please don't feel pressured and enjoy the meal. From Rio, Won, Ma, Sangcheol to Aaron." The five of them filled their plates with various delectable dishes from the buffet and brought then to the table. Ma said, "Mr. Shareholder, is the food to your tastes?" I told the chief to pay extra attention to the dishes. Rio and his younger brother said, "It's delicious." Ma smiled and said, "I noticed how you don't have any other family member with you. Why just your brother?" Rio replied, "My family consists of my brother alone. My parents already passed away." Ma couldn't help but feel regretful to ask, "Damn it, what the hell did I ask that question? The good mood around us has been completely ruined. Damn it, I'll need to just shut up until the mood recovers somehow." Amidst the hushed atmosphere, the meal continued. With no words exchanged, the clinking of cutlery became the only sound that resonated. Someone needs to lighten up the mood. Ma's gaze subtly shifted towards Aaron. Ma gestures for her attention, but Aaron remained immersed in her meal, oblivious to the call. Naturally, frustration caressed Ma's forehead. As silence pervaded the air, a growing sense of desolation settled in. Ma finally broke his silence. "Miss Aaron, can we talk for a second?" Aaron followed Ma as he led her to a more secluded spot. Coming to a stop in a suitable location, Ma spoke. "Was the food delicious?" Aaron replied, "It was really good. Do you think I called you here to feed you? I called you here to brighten the mood a bit. How can you be so dim-witted?" Aaron bowed her head in front of a superior. "I'm sorry, I thought you just invite me to the party." "Why would I just invite you to an event like this? Don't Section Chief tell you who that person is? Isn't he the major shareholder? He's the major shareholder and a prophet." Aaron blinked her eyes like in surprise and she said, "A prophet?" "That's right, a prophet. Just as it sounds, he has a unique job that can look into the future. Do you get it now? We have to keep his mood high. How big of a help would it be if we would know the information about the next round early? That's why you need to use that pretty face of yours to agree with him, smile at him, and do anything to get the prophet's heart." For Aaron, it was an action that wounded her pride, and she said, "Wait, all due respect, I don't think something like that." Ma said, "As the president, I created an opportunity for you to succeed as an actress. Shouldn't you repay the debt? Don't worry about the tricks or methods you use, just brighten shareholder Rio's mood." Ma's harsh words left Aaron's expression frozen like stone. Why aren't you answering? Aaron replied, I understand. I be watching to see if you do it probably or not. Ma and Aaron returned to their seats. Ma said, Did you wait long? We were a bit late due to some business talk. It seems the meal is done. Should we change location? As they transitioned to a new location, Aaron subtly approached Ryo's side. Ma's dissatisfaction was evident on his face. I told her everything she needs to do, so why is she hesitating so much? But it was one, the younger brother standing by their side, who mustered up the courage to speak first. Excuse me, Miss Aaron. I am a fan. You're more beautiful than you are in photos. If possible, I hope we can take a photo together later, if you have the time. Aaron smiled warmly and she said, Of course. Ma said silently, The brother is more interested in him? We'll need to change plans. As they moved, Ma quickly sent a text message to Aaron. Surprised by the and unexpected sound of the message, Aaron picked up her phone. The message said, Change the target. Get closer to the brother first. A shadow of corner quick cast over Aaron's face. I need to track a fan who approached me without ulterior motives. And a subtle smile appeared on the corner of Ma's mouth. If we can get the younger brother to our side, then the older brother will have no choice but to naturally come over as well. With that, we will be able to easily get that information regarding the next round. After a while, the 5 of them arrived in dimly lit room. Ma said, This is a private room prepared to serve the VVIP guests. You can get unlimited drinks and refreshments along with music here, of course. One feels flustered and said, Drinks? I am still only a middle school student. Mabel waved his hand reassuringly. It's fine, you can't drink other beverages. Ryo said, President Ma, I can't drink either. Ma replied, Is that so? Since you're of age already, you should take this opportunity and try it. Ryo said, Hey, Ms. Aaron, could you stay outside and take a photo with my brother? As the 2 of them left, only Ryo and Ma remained in the room. Then Ryo said, Mr. President, do you think I'm easy? Ma replied, What do you mean by that? Have you well forgiven that my class is profit? With me who can see the future, did you really think I wouldn't know your conversation with actress Aaron? How can we do business together like this? Mr. President, you should stop hiding things from me. Ma fell into an unsettling silence. Me and you about my conversation with Aaron. How? Did he see his future as well? Ryo said, You told Miss Aaron to try and gain my favour. I'm sorry if that offended. I only wanted her to become friend with you. You crossed the line by trying to use my brother. Ma said silently. He knows about that as well? Ryo's words left Ma no choice but to bow his head. I sincerely apologize. I made a foolish decision against you, Prophet. I shall correct everything that displeased you. His apology was akin to how one would apologize to their own father. Upon hearing this, Ryo's expression softened somewhat. Since you apologized sincerely, I'll let this go. I'll take the words you said to actress Aaron and forget you ever said them. Ma bent his waist and said, Thank you for giving me another chance. At that moment, the door swung open. Sang Cheol cautiously peered out from behind and said, President, I've returned. Ma straightened his previously face and stood upright. He said, Sang Cheol, please leave. I have something I need to talk about alone with our VIP here. Section Chief Anne, please direct the others to the next room over. As the door closed, a profound silence settled between the two. Ryo's expression still showed signs of discomfort. Damn it. I was trying to use Aaron to fix the mood. It made the situation worse instead. Then Ryo said, Do you want information about the next round? He replied, Yes, did you know about that as well? The reason I accepted the invitation was to give you information about round 5. However, if you keep on targeting me like this, giving your information, including our partnership, will become difficult. I'm sorry, truly. Please let this one mistake go. Mr. President, you must not hide anything for me. Trust me unconditionally in the future as well. I hope you won't make any comments about how to run the company either. I'll take it that you can convince the other shareholders during that shareholder meeting. Ma replied, Yes, I do wherever I can to keep the other shareholders in line. All right then, how you do my best to grow this company for you. Finally, Rio's smile emerged. I'll now give you the information about round 5 that you wanted. Ma's eyes sparkled with anticipation. Rio said, Round 5 will have the highest difficulty among the rounds we have experienced until now. There's no need to worry. There won't be any major problems for you. Ma said, What's the quest about, for that to be the case? It's a quest to kill 300 orcs. However, it isn't as easy as it sounds. Also, the region will be combined. Since the number has been decreased quite a bit, the separated regions will being to fuse. Then we can meet player from the other regions? Black Scythe, for example. Ma's eyes glanced with anticipation, but Rio shook his head and said, You won't be in the same region with the player named Black Scythe. Ma asked, Is that so? Do you perhaps know what Black Scythe's identity is? I don't know that either, but you will be able to meet them soon. And want more thing. There's someone you're chasing after, right? Someone named Ryumin. Ma tensed up as if facing a formidable opponent. You know that as well. I told you there's no point in hiding things for me. Ma said, As I thought, the future sight rune you possess is beyond my imagination, Mr. Prophet. If you perhaps know who that is, Rio replied, Please stop your investigation. Pardon? Is there a reason why? You will suffer a big lose if you touch him. Could I hear that details of how? That's all I can tell you. With those words, Rio fell silent and said to himself, I'm just keeping him alive because he's still useful. Ma chose to accept the decision and said, Understood, we will stop our investigation of Ryumin. Well then, let's restart the party. We will keep it wholesome without alcohol. Ma's words were accompanied by mischievous grin, but deep down, he couldn't completely so suppress his discontent and said, I'll need to blow off some steam tonight. In the dim light of dawn, an old man ran desperately, paying no attention to what was behind him. With each step, his severed arm oozed blood as he entered a dead-end alley. In that moment, the old man lost his balance. His body tilted and crushed into the ground. Only belatedly did the pain rise from beneath his legs. Ma said, Quite, if you don't want your tongue cut off as well. The chilling words silenced the old man immediately and said, Why are you doing this to me? What did I do wrong? Ma replied, How resistant for a child rapist do you really not know? That was a long time ago, why now? I served my time and I am free now. I'm just an old man. Ma swiftly severed the arm. Shut up and stop talking if you don't want to die a slow and painful death. If there are witnesses because of you, the corpses will multiply. The old man bit his lips until they almost burst, struggling to contain his pain. Good. At least your ears are still working with how old you are. It's terrible that trash like you is still alive, don't you think? An eerie aura emanated from Ma's sword. In an instant, the dark aura consumed the old man and then gasped his breath. Ma said, If it weren't for my recharging dark mana, I would have killed trash like him and instant. It can't be helped. I need dark mana to use dark aura, and to recharge my dark mana, I need to ache the lives of others. The dark aura coiled around the sword like a snake. With a swift swing, the head cleanly separated from the body. Ma, who had reclaimed the dark aura, smirked, dissipated, and said, Isn't Dark Knight the perfect class? Cleaning up trash did deal with all the stress. Ma raised his sword as he peered at the lifeless body. The dark aura trickled from the blade, emanating an eerie aura. Ma said, "Consume." He pointed his sword at the corpse, yet it remained unresponsive. Ma said, "Scythe, it can't eat corpses. Dark aura only eats away a living target life." Suddenly, he heard a voice coming from behind. When he turned around, it was just a street cat. Then he said, "There's no way there could be a witness. I dragged him into a street corner, out of people's sight, and it's before daybreak as well. No, I guess there is one person, Prophet Ryo. He might be able to see a scene like this using his future sight rune. If that's case, it means he approached me knowing I am serial killer. Interesting." Suppressing a chuckle, Ma reached for his phone and dialed a number. "Section Chief Ann, come here and clean up some trash for me." 2 weeks had passed since Ma's party, and Ryo had been cooped up at home all the time. Ryo said, "I didn't have any particular events to attend, so I spend my time. Always thinking about the future, I needed a bit of rest like this. Whoever, such rest today. It's time for me to make a move. It's time to get one of the 5 rooms I can obtain in real life. The clone rune." Thank you all for watching this video. This concludes season of our series. Stay tuned for more exciting content in the future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for updates. See you.
お前はもう死んでいる。